Muchachos y muchachas, welcome back to another week. For those of you that unplugged yesterday for Resurrection Day and you spent time with your family, with your loved ones, good for you. Good for you. I'm glad you did that. Welcome back, because for the rest of the internet world, we were experiencing the horrors of the Dalai Lama. If you haven't heard by now, the Dalai Lama over the weekend attended this Buddhist event. There was a young boy that asked him a question. The Dalai Lama called him up and then proceeded to do say and do inappropriate gestures towards the boy, in which the world reacted. Okay, if you guys are not following me on Twitter, be sure to follow me here. This is where I post a lot of the content before my videos. So, rightfully so, the Dalai Lama received so much backlash, and he should, because this was so inappropriate. So much so that he had to issue some form of apology. Now, that apology I'm going to go through and I'm going to give you guys my thoughts, because I feel like there's some form of gaslighting in there. And then also Cardi B actually reacted to it, which I thought was pretty interesting. So I'm also going to go through her tweets as well. And you guys might have your own thoughts on that, but I'm going to give you mine about Cardi B reacting to the Dalai Lama. With that being said, hold on to your butts, secure your wigs, stay right there. We're going to go through it. All right, so let's take a look at this apology and take a look at what the Dalai Lama had to say about his actions and these things. Let's just assess this and dissect this the best way that we can. So this is his Twitter, where I saw the apology surface, where it says, a video clip has been circulating that shows a recent meeting when a young boy asked His Holiness the Dalai Lama if he could give him a hug. Okay, this already is just so pretentious and like, how dare you, right? I guess this is like the custom to call the Dalai Lama His Holiness. I don't know. I don't follow him. I'm not a Buddhist. I don't know Buddhist traditions or customs. But I don't know. As a Christian, in which our strife is to be more like Christ and to be more humble. This to me just seems so pompous and pretentious to call yourself His Holiness, especially with the behavior that you display in front of the world. Anyway, sorry, tangent, rant, whatever. Okay, so he's calling himself His Holiness, the Dalai Lama, if he could give him a hug. The young boy asked the Dalai Lama if he could give him a hug. His Holiness wishes to apologize to the boy and his family, as well as his many friends across the world. He's talking about us. We're the boy's friends, because we're out there defending this boy, saying, hey, get your hands off the boy, give him 50 feet, all these things, because he received the backlash from the world for the hurt his words may have caused. Okay, so the Dalai Lama is speaking in third person. He's talking about himself here. He's saying, I'm sorry. So let me translate this. He's saying, I'm sorry for the words that may have caused this hurt. Okay. And this is where I'm like, okay, this dude is gaslighting the world. So the words that he's talking about is suck my tongue. When he asked the boy who had just yanked his body back from the first advance of the Dalai Lama
and suck my tongue.
He didn't even say please. He said to suck his tongue. And then he stuck out his tongue and advanced towards the boy, and the boy inched closer and closer to the Dalai Lama. Now, why a parent wouldn't be there to snatch their kid away from the vicinity of this dirty old man, I have no idea. And so this apology ends with, His Holiness often teases people when he meets in an innocent and playful way, even in an event and before cameras. He regrets the incident. Okay, this was neither playful nor innocent. This was insidious. This was gross. This was appalling. You never ever, I mean, like, the guy literally started off with the little boy kissing him on the lips. Like, who does that? Who does that? I mean, you guys tell me in the comments. I mean, I don't have children, but I would imagine that you guys as parents or grandparents or guardians out there, aunts and uncles of children, I would imagine if you are of the protective caliber that you would tell your child, hey, if a stranger tries to kiss you, touch you in inappropriate places, you go and tell an adult, you get away very fast and you do not let them do that, right? Or something like that, like some sort of repelling gesture. That's what you would instruct a child. The kid himself actually did exhibit those gestures. He yanked himself back, and the Dalai Lama didn't take hints, didn't read the room, and he kept going. He regrets the incident. So that's the thing. Like, he's thinking here, or what he's saying here is, I'm sorry for my hurtful words, which were the advances that were inappropriate to, suck his tongue or whatever. And that he's usually innocent and playful, with people that he meets. So I find this hilarious that the Dalai Lama had to get a context label by the Twitter community notes. And it reads here, readers added context they thought people might want to know. The teasing that the Dalai Lama is referring to is from a video where he asked the boy to suck on his tongue. Though sticking one's tongue out is a Tibetan form of respect, that does not involve sucking. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Actually, look, they even linked a whole Berkeley article on this whole thing to show that, which, thank you so much. Let me take my bow, because I was getting hit up in the comments yesterday from various platforms from people who were immediate apologists for all of this, saying things like, this is a cultural custom. He's Tibetan and this is the way that they greet people. And it's like, these people, and the saddest thing is a lot of these people are from the West that do this. And it is so embarrassing. It is so embarrassing that people immediately want to defend this horrific stuff, right? And they will do anything. Their first instinct was to go to an article rather than just see it and say, hey, that's wrong, right? Like, they always have to cite things. But I love that they included that article. Okay. So what else? So these people are not having it in the comments. This apology is not it. How is kissing an underage boy playful? That's gross. And the Dalai Lama should be accused of the P word. There are no valid excuses to do any of that, to any kid in the world, no matter the culture or religion. I agree. Watching that video made my stomach sick. Stop touching kids. Gina Darling says, no, you're a P word, a PE word. This is not playful or funny. PED word. Caleb Park says it wasn't his words that upset people, it was a kiss on the lips and him asking. Yeah. I mean, the obvious things, the hurt in his words, el dolor que sus palabras, suck my tongue, su santidad a menudo desea people. Okay. He's basically saying the same things that we're saying. Yeah. All these people, Samira commented, you didn't just hug the boy though. You asked him to, asked to do some inappropriate things. So people are not having it. I'm proud of the world, man. I really am. I'm proud of the world that everybody's kind of coming together once again on this. And I think, my thoughts on this really quick before I jump to Cardi B, let me give you guys some thoughts. I think, number one, it's so disturbing to me how comfortable these fans of the playground have become. To the point where you're out in the public eye, you're out and in front of cameras. And I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it's gross as it is. If they have those tendencies, those likings, those things, right? It's already gross as it is. But the fact that they feel so brazen and comfortable to come out to the public and do this in the public is what grosses me out. And I hope that this would cease. But what I also hope is that we'll catch more dumb people like that who have those tendencies out in the open, so that way we can call them out the way we have with the Dalai Lama, right? But with that being said, with seeing the comments and seeing how people come together, because this is now like in a recent event, this is like the second event where it was like 𝘏𝘠𝘴𝘩𝘏, everybody came together. This happened with the Dalai Lama, everybody's coming together from the left and the right. It's like, the reason why I say like, I hope the next dumb person who is a fan of the playground does this out in the open so we can catch them, is so that way we can unite on one issue and actually make a difference in the world. The most important difference in the world that we can make, if that makes any sense. And it might not come off the way I'm saying it. I'm not trying to say I want them to do something so that way we can catch them. I more so would rather it come out in the light than it having happen in private, because I was talking about this with my mom earlier. And she said, could you imagine if he was doing this out in the public, how many times he's done this like in private, and like what atrocities he's actually committed in private? And I agree. Like, what can you imagine how comfortable he is out in the public that he's done this so much in private? Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, with that being said, I think that the world can really come together on this issue, and hopefully we keep coming together on this issue, because truly I believe that that's how we're going to unite, is to fight this horrific epidemic going on in our modern day society, and especially that the upper echelon elites are trying to normalize all of this, right? All right, let's go to Cardi B, which actually is a really great pivot, because here's the thing. And I know this is Cardi B. I know she's a mainstream rapper. I know she said things in the past. I know that she has just, done things without research, like endorsing Biden, talking to Biden, things like this, blah, blah, blah. I get it. However, like I said, I believe that people's character can evolve. And I hope that this is what's happening with Cardi B. I really do. I hope that this is what's happening to Cardi B, that she's seeing things for what it is, because she's actually coming out on Twitter and saying these things in reference to the Dalai Lama, where she said, "This world is full of predators. They prey on the innocent. The ones who are most unknowing are children. Predators could be our neighbors, our school teachers, even people with money, power in our churches, constantly talking with your kids about boundaries and what they shouldn't allow people to do to them." And I agree. Okay? Cardi B is right about this. This is correct. This is correct. As much as I've seen stories that I report out for the Daily Traffic, my other platform on Instagram and Twitter, where I just find the headlines of the HT wording world. As much as I've seen the stories, I can guarantee you that these predators come from all walks of life, the left and the right and the middle and the above and the below. Like, they're just, they are so diverse, the people that do this to children. It can be anybody. So I actually agree with this, and I'm glad she's utilizing her platform to say things like this. Okay. So a lot of people are giving her havoc, reminding her of her past and things like this. And listen, it's stuff like this that makes me think. Right? Because I understand that Cardi B has a past. I understand that she said certain things. I get it. I understand all, but if she can evolve, and if she can evolve for the better, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. And if she's saying it, if she's going to see it, if she's going to evolve by seeing it through extremes like the Dalai Lama, like I said, if we do catch more things in public, hey, if she has a platform and she could use it for good, I'm all for that. So with that being said, it looks like, everybody's moving to understand boundaries, understand and establish those boundaries, right? And although they are so misconstrued and twisted and, just borderline confusing, especially with, curriculums and propaganda out there for children. At least we're getting a start to know what a boundary looks like. And I'm glad that the world agrees. So guys, let me know your thoughts on the Dalai Lama's apology. Let me know what your thoughts on Cardi B actually commenting on this. Even just commenting on it. Thank you guys so much for your support. Thank you so much for your love. I will catch you all in the next video. Bye-bye.